the projector, the grey flicker mirrored in dozens of spectacles. Then another word. Murdered. Then a hand was raised in front of the screen, the shadowy finger pointing to the man Iris walked with, the man who would now be accused. The people shuffled in their seats, chairs grating on the floor. They looked at each other with wide eyes, hands held up to open mouths, and whispered in each other's ears. I stood up quickly, the chair falling from under me. I fought my way to the aisle, pushing past knees and handbags and tripping over feet, the leaves of the oak tree quivering across my jacket and the spindles of light almost blinding me. I headed for the door, my legs threatening to buckle beneath me as I tried desperately to blink away the glowing images that lingered like ghosts behind my eyelids. I should not have seen the face of Iris Caldwell again. She should not have been on that film. Because by sunrise, on the morning of May Day 1912, Iris Caldwell was believed to be dead. 1. It was an image that haunted me. The expressionless face of the young girl, her eyes reduced to dark pits by the grainy film, as if she held a secret she was not ready to share. When I closed my eyes, I could see her again, looking out at me from the screen, as if somehow glimpsing her future. I sat down shakily on the bench outside the church hall, taking deep breaths of the cold night air, pulling my shawl about me and flexing my arthritic fingers. I was not usually one for such drama. Before my husband's death, I had been a vicar's wife. I had held hands at funerals and been an ear for all the village's woes. I had lived through the horrors of the Great War and the epidemic that had followed it. I had learnt how to harden myself, to not get upset by things. After all, I had lived with the memory of what had happened on May Day 1912 for 25 years. But seeing the old image flashed across the screen so unexpectedly had caught me off guard. I had been expecting a nice evening out, a special screening of Missensham's past by the Historical Society, a chance to catch up with some of the older parishioners, and an evening away from my lonely cottage. And until Iris had appeared on the screen, it had been so. The evening had begun well. The grey faces had jostled with each other on screen, sending smiles and waves from the past, and the audience had given voices to their silence as they laughed along with them. I'd seen people I had known in my youth, faces forgotten as well as remembered, buildings that had long since decayed, fashions that had waned, and streets that were empty of cars. There'd been chatter all around me. Those were the days. Hasn't he changed? She looks just like her daughter did at that age. I remember when that tea shop was a dressmaker's. Then the film had moved on to the May Day preparations. A willow arch propped up against the wall of the blacksmith's yard, and some little girls running around in frothy white dresses. Things had changed when Iris Caldwell appeared on the screen. She was no more than shades of grey cast by the tangled beams of the projector, yet she flickered out of the darkness like a spirit. I could even see her with my eyes shut, the image ghosting purple under my eyelids. A single word echoing round my head. Murdered. I had never liked that word, for it took me to a lonely place, a thicket of wych elms high up on the common land, foxholes nestling in tangles of bare roots and low branches shielding all from view. For a moment, I fancied that I could feel the winds that chilled that place.